Actually, could you all clear the back shop, please, guys?
Oh, I'm coming on lens. I'm going in. Right, first of all, a lot of people are saying you were the highlight so far. I'm just wondering how you felt up there and how you thought it was going.
I felt good, man. You know, just being able to be a part of something as big as this, that's going to erase the poverty and bring some, life to a situation that's actually bad and horrible. And, for my music to be one of the main focuses as far as bringing the awareness level up, just to show my support, I'm happy to be here.
It's the highlight because long as Snoop Dogg and Charlie Wilson together, when we hit the stage together, it's definitely the highlight. Hotter than cayenne pepper.
How about
Younger
that?
rum man. Oh, what's up?
I mean, how did you feel before you went out there? Is there any nerves, or is it just get out there and lift the roof up?
Just go, man. Just give the people what they want, That's what they're here for. Everybody in the crowd here to have a good time and celebrate and bring some joy to a bad situation, so why not?
I mean, how important was it for you to be here today? Was that it wasn't,
I wouldn't have missed it for nothing in the world, you know what I'm saying? I'm on tour right now, but I felt like this was something that was bigger than a tour. It was bigger than anything that I could do right now because I know my influence is big. A lot of people look up to me and look at me for what I do and how I do, and by me showing up to this event just shows another powerful move that we're going to be making.
That's right. As a black African American, how important is this mission to you personally?
It's real important. You got two generations of right here. You got Charlie Wilson representing the older generation. I'm right behind him. So it's two generations of Africans that's trying to, show people that we are here to make a difference through our music and through our movements. A lot of times we can't speak political because we aren't political figures, but just being here sometimes is a bigger voice than a politician saying, do, don't, or don't do.
It's just like this world is too big. It's got too much money for people to have poverty. Nobody should be poverty stricken. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't be. It's too much money. They burn money. So you know what I'm saying? So before you burn it, you should give it to the people who need it.
Well, thank you for your time. Really enjoyed it. Cheers. Have a good day.
Let me do the right after Mariah. I'll come back. Okay.
What do you think of Gandalf?
Who's that? Oh my God, I did actually see him earlier and he winked at me. But I think he's gay. But he's the only one that's winked at me so far, so
What do
go
you think
Gandalf.
what do you think about Gandalf's, quest to make, cure poverty in Africa?
I think it's great. It's moving. Feed the world. Feed the world and fuck off because I want to go home. We like Gandalf. He's cool.
We like Gandalf. Yes, Vic, where would you like to be? Yeah, basically, what about over here? We're just over here.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Anna, nice to meet you.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much.
Okay. But it was very good.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, I want to ask you, because everyone has had to play the hits today.
We did.
Why is that?
Because we are cheeky. Actually, we've been in the studio, and we've been working on some new stuff. And this song came about, and it was just, we all just loved it so much that we
It's
thought
perfect for the day. The
it was,
point of the song was the point of the day, really. And
Yeah.
the fact that people being born into this world are entitled to basic human necessities such as food and clothes and water and a place to lay their head at night. And that's what that song is about. And that's why we played it.
Is that right? Did Silver give you a specific permission to play it? Because everyone else was playing their hits.
no, we were really kind of given carte blanche to play whatever we wanted
They were
to.
happy for us to show up and do what we do. I mean,
I'm sure we could have played the greatest hits of Menudo in 12 to 15 minutes if we wanted to, but we decided to play something that the people knew, and then and something new that we thought really just made us happy, and we thought sort of encapsulated the spirit of the day. So.
And how do you feel to be here today? Because I mean, like this is, I mean, not only is it an amazing cause and an amazing thing, but it's also a great opportunity for you because you've been really attached to the UK.
Definitely.
Spread your wings as well, so.
Well, we've been very honored and very humbled by being included in this, and we just think it's so important to spread the message to everyone out there, especially the kids in the suburbs who, you know, might not be thinking about anything other than what's on the telly that night, or, you know, what the new tank top colors are for the next season. We got to start thinking about the entire earth. We got to start involving ourselves in world politics because it absolutely affects us. It affects each and every one of us. Whether we know it or not, whether we see it in our neighborhoods or not, it's absolutely affecting, and we need
Everybody. It affects everybody.
we need to affect change in this world, and we need the world leaders to start listening to the people who elect them into office.
This is interesting because I mean, like you guys introduced the film, Sport Gelman did earlier on, and it's interesting that you guys did. I mean, would you guys consider like a political band as such?
Well, I think in some ways, just our very existence is political. I mean, 3 out of 5 members are gay men, and in this day and age, that is being you know, honest about your sexuality is in a lot of ways a political statement. But at the same time, we are entertainers. Not everything that we do is exclusively political because we believe in having a good time and all that stuff. But today is all about the message and what we can do to further the world and to make this world a better place. I mean, I think it's our job as human beings to leave this world a better place.
I mean, we're artists, you know, first and foremost, but I think it's we have to be aware of what's going on. I mean, you know, if you live in a bubble and you have no idea what's happening across the seas and stuff, then I think it's just shortchanging everybody because, you know, we can all know what's going on, and some awareness and some knowledge is basically, you know, it's the only thing that's gonna affect what happens tomorrow. And so if, you know, this day happens,
There are enough
today,
resources in this world to pass it around.
Just one final question. Today is about Sweden. How is this going to affect? What would you say to people right now about what they can do and how they can change?
It's really, really simple what people can do. People can go on the website and sign the petition, and people can march up to Glen Eagles and really just get out there and add either their body or their name to a really, really important political cause. It's that simple. And beyond that, just take the time to think about what else is going on in the world beyond what you see in, you know, Heat magazine, beyond what the papers are telling you. The foreign policy that our countries make absolutely affects what goes on in our borders, and people really, really need to take responsibility for the change that we can affect. Look at what we did today. We can do that every day of our lives in the smallest, most minute ways, and it makes a difference. Correct. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
Annie Lennox is a huge influence and absolute goddess of mine, so I'm really keen to see her. She makes amazing performances and incredibly classy music. It's great to see her. I
Yep. Good on you. Pleasure on your way. Hang on.
No, we're not.
You know where the Press Federation office is?
I tell you, these girls can help you over here. Do that.
I want to ask them where the Press Federation are.
I'll follow you. Wait 1 second. Now, let me go get this. I'll come right back. Stay there. I promise.
Turn around to see the stage.
So Harvey, you're here today. Why are you here today, basically?
Well, I'm here really to support Richard Curtis, who is, as you know, in America, people would certainly know him from writing Four Weddings and a Funeral, and Notting Hill, and A Tall Guy. And I mean, but Richard has brought African awareness to England, and we've helped along the way a little bit. But I know a lot of the bands too. But I think this cause has to be supported by everybody. And I just came from Africa at Christmas, and it's not good. So hopefully this is a good time for everybody who's here and everybody who's watching on TV, but also to get those 8 leaders in check with the rest of the world. There are 500 million signatures, they told me already today. So if that doesn't give these guys a mandate for change, I don't know what will, and I think it will.
You see, I mean, you're a big supporter of AIDS causes as well, and like AIDS is a very big thing in Africa. I mean, you basically set up AMFAR, didn't you? So,
Yes.
I mean, how did you feel about the whole of the AIDS
Dr.
problem?
Krim set up AMFAR, and I've been a supporter, but I saw the crisis when I was there, and it's incredible to see, and the unhygienic state of the nation, of the whole continent, and this has got to stop, the AIDS proliferation, and this is a way for our leaders to just say, in our modern times, with China emerging, with India emerging, we can't let Africa go now. I mean, this is like watching the Holocaust and genocide happen in front of our eyes and doing nothing about it. Nobody can afford to do nothing.
And it's been very refreshing over the last, basically year, I have to say, and especially like the Berlin Film Festival this year, that there have been more films about Africa. Is that something that you're choosing to focus on in your films as well? Because like Hotel Rwanda and things like that.
Well, I thought Hotel Rwanda was amazing, and I know that Michael Caton Jones has got a new one coming up about that subject, about Rwanda. So I encourage that, and hopefully I'll be able to do the same. But as a private citizen, I'm here to help, to support financially, and just to lend whatever presence I have to this. Thanks, guys.
What would be your message, your final message to people out there who are listening? And
write in, get on the website, and put your name on that website. If you do nothing else, if you can't contribute money, put your name on it. Let's get 1 billion signatures and show the world that 1 billion people want this ended.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Harvey. Thank you.
And it was, they're the best rock band, fantastic. And I also heard today on Radio 4, Radio 2, Radio 4, McCartney saying, well, we haven't actually worked this out. I saw it, I was out front, it was fantastic. They did it such brilliantly, it was fantastic. Is the atmosphere different 20 years on? It's going to be different, just because it's
For today, I'll leave you to get on. You've got a lot more interviews I need to do here. It's a very busy day here at Backstage at Live 8.
Nice to meet you.
Can you stand back a bit?
Congratulations, kicked off, amazing atmosphere. Was there always a sense of relief once, Paul McCartney and you two opened the show?
Well, it was. I'd heard about it, for a long, long time. I knew they were meant to be doing this stuff, but when they did it, it was stonkingly good. I saw you two on Wednesday night at Cardiff, and it just, vilified the fact that they are the best rock band in the world, and them with Paul McCartney. How can you top that? It's stonkingly good. It was fantastic.
20 years on, how did the two events compare, and what memories
You can't compare them. It's different. It's very different. 20 years ago, we had no technology. We had a mobile phone that could call round the corner that weighed a ton. You couldn't do international calls. Everything was done by telex. So trying to organise, a concert in Philadelphia and London simultaneously was a nightmare. This time round, technically, it's meant to be easier, but now we've got bleeding emails. That's hard work. That's hard work. But you've seen for yourself tonight, it's looking great. It's all working very, very well. Fingers crossed. It's looking great.
The aim was to raise money last time. Did you ever have any sort of, you'd be here 20 years on having to do it again, and how do you feel about that?
I wasn't sure I'd be here 20 years on. It's a rock and roll lifestyle. It's we all have our little excesses and stuff. But when I got the phone call 2 months ago to say, hey, you sort out the Scottish side of things, which is happening on the 6th of July. That's what I've been aiming on and been working on for the last couple of months. But this tonight, stonkingly good. It's brilliant. I'll be here until the wee small hours in the morning. We will be there again on Wednesday, on the 6th, and we'll see what the G8 have got to offer. I don't think anything like this has ever happened before, where the public have stood up and said, I'm stamping my foot, I want to be there, I want to stand up and say, this isn't right, let's change it. And bear in mind, Tony Blair, Gordon Brown were kids when they saw Live Aid first time round 20 years ago. They're now in a position of power and they're going to do something about it, I hope.
Everybody wants it to work. Can it work? And what is it going to take to make it work?
It started working already. I think the fact that you've seen Gordon Brown coming out of the G8 financial meeting 2 weeks ago, he's walked out and said, yeah, okay, 18 countries, debt wiped. We're looking towards 37 countries. That's fantastic. Now we have to figure out what those countries have to do to get that debt wiped. So we have to look at that, and that's what we're going to do. We don't walk away on Thursday morning, after Edinburgh. We have to be there. I've been there for 20 years as a Band Aid trustee, and I'll be there until the day I die, like most people will.
Absolutely. Thanks very much.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers.
Hi there, Mrs. Hello, we all are. Thanks very much for coming down and doing the live.
It's very exciting. We've just seen the biggest man in the world came in with Snoop Dogg like that. And the biggest bit highlight of the day so far.
So, I mean, this is a policy to try and help.
Sorry about that. Did I stop short? If I cut back?
How are you feeling? How's it feel? What's the atmosphere like to be here on this Sunday?
What's the atmosphere like? It's electric. It's very exciting. Yeah, it's buzzing.
And how do you feel about performing? Are you nervous? I mean, it's such a
No,
huge...
looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it. We don't get nervous. It's what we do. UB40. This is our 25th year of playing to live audiences, so we don't really get that phased anymore.
The event is being held for a very important cause. Can it make a difference? Can it work?
It already has made a difference in as much as every channel that you turn on today, is talking about Africa. Whether the politicians listen, it remains to be seen.
I'm not holding my breath.
No, but it's raised awareness. It's done the job that it set out to do, and it's done a good job, so far.
What do you think about the lineup? I mean, the concert here particularly is an amazing lineup. What do you think about the people here? Are you excited about seeing anybody yourself particularly?
No, the thing is that I think there's too many acts because we've only got 15 minutes each. You know what I mean? So it's more of it's just more of an event, I think, than anything else. You know, it's fun to be here.
Yeah, when you're actually taking part, you're like sheep. You get herded there and herded there. You never get to see anything. So it's the worst place to be if you want to see the show. It's on stage. Yeah.
How did you get involved? I mean, Bob Geldof is famously very direct with people. I mean, did he literally, was it a phone call?
It was Harvey Goldsmith that got in touch with us actually, and we've known Harvey for a while, and he just asked us if we'd get involved in this one, as we weren't involved in the last.
You weren't involved.
We weren't involved in the last
why
one.
was that?
Well, it's a different kind of thing. It's a different, you know, that was for charity, that was for raising money. This is more about putting pressure on politicians and, you know, the establishment, which is much more suitable for us.
This time they're not asking working ordinary people to put their hands in their pockets and then to throw pennies at a situation. You know, this is talking to the right people. You know, the governments that can make a real difference. You know.
Now there was a little controversy about the lineup here and the lack of African artists. How do you feel about that? Do you think
it's a mistake? I think, you know. I mean, I think it should have been a celebration for everyone and not. I mean, it's very rock orientated, isn't it? The lineup, you know, which is only part of the story as far as I'm concerned.
But I think what Sir Bob has gone for is acts that will appeal to more people. You know, there's an African thing happening down in Cornwall. Yeah, with African bands and all that. But I think there should have been a few African acts
there
there
you could have had fella around some Kuti or some big names, definitely a couple of big names.
Ringo Madlingoza or somebody.
Yeah.
Now, when you have, as you say, such a short amount of time and you've got to choose the most powerful kind of songs, how did you go about choosing your set?
Close our eyes and used a pin.
We've got a little surprise on stage. We'll be bringing some people on, but it's a surprise. So we can't tell you about that. No. But it's a 13-minute set, so we've tried to just put as much into it as we possibly can, you know.
And final message for you, your involvement here, what is it for you this day? Can you sum it up?
How can we sum it up?
Positivity, you know. Hopefully, you know, world debt will be cancelled, you know, the debt and everything. So let's push on and sort this problem out once and for all.
That's positive, you know what I mean?
Certainly worth trying.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing it. Thank you.
Go down this way.
How's it going? How are you finding it?
As the rest of the world, you know. I just think, I mean, when it started, everyone around me just, it was like they'd been punched in the stomach. They just started crying. And that's the feeling I have, like that everything that rock and roll was ever meant to be is happening now, you know, that everything I thought it was when I was a kid to this moment, it's all made real. So, I mean, the music is fantastic. You know.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Well, I am, because up to now I haven't been, you know, up until last night. Last night I slept, but I hadn't, so I just thought, well, that's it, there's nothing more to do now. It's either crap or it's great, and so far, great.
How does it compare for you 20 years ago?
I don't know, you'll have to ask me, you know. I mean, you get over the shock that the thing you were thinking about for so long is real. You get over that shock, and I mean, I'm getting the figures in of the audience watching, you know, around the world, and it's weird, you know. Just thousands of millions, that's so odd, you know, but cool. But actually, I'm just listening to the bands, you know, I'm just saying, well, that's good.
What have you enjoyed so far?
Oh, well, I just think the opening is one of the great rock and roll moments of all time, you know. I really do think that. And I thought that Coldplay with Richard was great, and Elton with Pete Doherty, just fantastic things that, you know, aren't planned for, and then they just do it. Let me go and do everyone else. Try and get it together, guys.
We are rolling now, and I'm just going to say, well, with us is now the driving force behind Live Aid. He made it happen after, well, really avoiding it for so many years. He decided it had to be done.
Just the seventh most powerful man in the world is richest. They had to go to the place that was and they start hugging each other. I mean, nothing fictitious. And I looked down, and it's like everything that rock and roll had ever promised was made real at that moment, you know, and that's what's happening behind us.
You're a busy man. Have you enjoyed organising this?
No. But I slept last night because there was nothing I could do. It was going to be crap. It was, you know, if nobody showed up. If any of that happened, what can I do, you know? So I just slept.
How does it compare with Live Aid 20 years ago?
It's a different thing. There's an urgency to this because, well, there was a grim urgency to the other one. But I think that, you know, what we've done is excite a huge constituency into focusing on the 8 leaders who'll arrive in this country in the next few days. And they will arrive to a country.
Brandon, how you doing? Hi, Robert. I'm from ATS. Okay. What is your reaction to this whole event?
I think we're all excited and we're a little bit nervous, but for the most part, we're just happy to be here.
We're honored to be here, and you know, it's nice that we can do a little bit to help out. You know, a little we can do.
How do you feel the atmosphere about everyone's here and what's going on?
There's a lot of great musicians here, and
there's definitely a really positive spirit rolling around. You know, everybody's smiling and relaxed, and it's you know, we're just here to do what we can.
How do you feel when you're asked to get involved, and how do you feel about the actual cause itself?
Well, you know, we all know how big the first Live Aid was. So to, you know, when they asked us, we were, you know, it was automatically, you know, of course we want to do this. But I can honestly say, you know, before you know, 2 months ago, or when we heard about it or whatever it was, you know, we didn't know the statistics and the things that were wrong with Africa. And so, I mean, it's done its job for us just to raise our awareness of it, and we're happy to, you know, try and convert more people.
Does Sir Bob sit you down and have a chat with you?
No. We talked to him outside, but
I've read a few things. You know, they've said like 85% of the world doesn't have running water. Like I had no idea it was that staggering. That's like it's something I think we take for granted. Everyone's got running water in America and Europe, but you know, if people are aware of it, maybe there's something can be done. You know.
How do you feel that you're playing a little bit? And this is probably the biggest, you know, this is going out globally. So how does that make you feel?
I don't know. I mean, it's great. I mean, we're nervous about that part of it, but we really just want to, you know, just be here and be a part of it.
I mean, I think you guys are quite young, but what are your memories of the first one? Do you have any memories of the first one, or do you?
DVDs at the first one, but we were very young when the first one happened. So.
I'm looking forward to seeing yourself. I mean, are you going to be getting out there and having a look at someone?
Paul McCartney, Pink Floyd for sure, and
Coldplay was great, and R.E.M. They were both great. Really great.
U2, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band thing was great. McCartney and U2.
And what do you think about the whole, I mean, the fact that this whole event is happening in all these cities around the world, and all these bands like yourself are playing, and all these older artists that were there in the first time? I mean, what do you think about this whole planning behind everything?
Well, it's great. You've got the history and the future, and it's, you know, everybody together, which is, you're not going to see this again, probably, anything like this.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Can you just say your names to camera?
Yeah. Brandon Flowers.
Dave Cooney.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, it is. He's just had
Yeah, we've done it. It's on its way back to you. Richard's got it. I've got to go. Yeah, hold on. Sorry.
Camera's gone, Grant. Okay, it's not happening now. Oh. Panic over, it's not happening now.
Hello, sweetie. Hello. No? Maybe?